Hey YouTube, ManPants here, coming at you with another Dark Souls 2 video. This time we're going to be doing the second part of the Dark Chasm of Old, as well as the third part of the Dark Chasm of Old, because the second part was kind of a joke. As you can see, the enemies we'll be facing off here is the Underworld Deadeye and the Tenebrous Rogue. The Underworld Deadeye is pretty much just Faris. He acts like Faris and he wears the Durgos hat. Now, normally going head-to-head with this guy with a bow and arrow match would not be a good idea because he definitely does way more damage than you per hit in relation to your health. But if you use poison arrows like I keep using, it's pretty effective at getting him down really low. He also does not like to engage in close quarters combat because, as far as I know, he doesn't even have anything besides a short sword. Now, I don't think I mentioned this in my last video, but you probably saw it. All of these enemies in these worlds have a 5% chance to drop a bonfire aesthetic. So if you're interested in getting lots and lots of bonfire aesthetics, you can farm these off these guys by using your covetous gold serpent ring, as well as the lucky coin. It's about a 5% chance to drop. Alright, now here we have aggroed Tenebrous Rogue, and we're just going to do the same thing to him that we did to the Underworld Deadeye. Just poison him. He wears the Hexer set, he uses a bandit's knife, as well as Mytha's bent blade. As to why he has these weapons, I have no idea. From what I can tell, the Tenebrous Rogue is not meant to be another character from any Souls game. He's meant to be more like the Abyss Ironclad from the first area. Just the second enemy that you can face off against. As well as the Forest Spirit being here, just like in the first area. These guys are relatively simple to go up against. You can pretty much just R1 spam them, and they won't get you in time. The brazier that you're going to light is pretty much right behind these enemies. This area is really straightforward and pretty linear. From there, just go and you'll see an elevator. Take the elevator up and you'll face off against one last Tenebrous Rogue. Now this next engagement is a little different because you now have no real area to back up against. I suppose you could take the elevator back up, but as you'll see here in a little bit, it appears that the enemies don't even like to aggro into the elevator. He seems to stop right in front of me and then back up. This mechanic is something that makes this part very, very simple. All you have to do is to stay on the elevator and shoot the guy with your arrows, regardless of whether or not you have enough poison arrows to handle the area. As long as you have some arrows or some sort of ranged attack, he won't want to get on the elevator. I imagine that this was done to try and prevent you from being able to cheese enemies off into the chasm. Speaking to Dark Diver Grandel again will pretty much get you nothing at this point. Finally, go back to Drangleic Castle and enter the Dark Chasm of Old from there, and you will reach the final area. This area, your first enemy you'll encounter, will be a chip off the old rock, which, as you can clearly see, is Havel. Now, in my opinion, Havel is obviously the deadliest out of all of these enemies that you'll face in the Dark Chasm of Old. He is just like his old self, and except now he is a shit ton faster. As you can see with these swings, they are very fast. They take out a lot of stamina, and if you're not careful, he will destroy you. I tried to cheese him as much as I could with poison arrows, as well as flame swath when he tried to heal, and a firestorm, and it took him down pretty easy. Now from there, I highly recommend going to the left and not to the right. Reason being, if you go to the right, you'll aggro Ricard as well as this Forest Spirit. Or if you go to the left, you will only aggro this Forest Spirit. You could take him out at your leisure. From there, you'll be able to go up behind Ricard, or as he is called in this game, the Ghost of Prince's Past. Ricard himself is pretty much the exact same way he was in Dark Souls 1. He attacks very aggressive, very quick, and if you're not careful, he will not only destroy your stamina, but take out your health very quickly. I found him a little more difficult to back up and get with poison arrows, so you may just have to go toe-to-toe with him. The only thing I recommend you be careful of is he does a lot of guard breaks if you have your shield up, and pretty much the only way to defend against his attack is your shield. So just watch out for his quick animation. From here, there are two directions you can head. One would be to go light the brazier, the other would be go to face the final enemy right before the boss room. This enemy is called Shadow Veil Assassin. It kind of reminds me of the Dark Moon Princess from Dark Souls 1, but it's not. She wields a shotl as well as the warped blade, or warped sword, the boss weapon that you get. Due to the distance that you can shoot her from, she is also pretty easy to cheese and poison with arrows, because it takes her a long time to make it all the way down to you. But once she does get down to you, all you have to do is wait for an opening, like here, and R1 spam her, and she'll be dead. From here, if you head down where the Shadow Veil Assassin was standing, you'll see that the boss fog has now dissipated, and you can jump down into there. That's where you'll face the Dark Lurker boss. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to head back in there. Just like before, light a flame butterfly, and go ahead and light it. Regardless of whether or not you're ready, leaving this area will result in you going to the Dark Lurker boss fight. Speaking with Dark Diver Grendel now will reward you with rank 2 in the Pilgrims of Dark, as well as the Great Resident Soul. That's all for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.